obviously it's subjective because, it's music and it's opinion based. But, some things, I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in the Western Hemisphere, and to the rest scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth who look like the other nations, but through the patrilineal lineage go back to the Hebrew Israelites. Jay-Z calls out the Grammys. Jay-Z calls out the Grammys. And the clip that I just played for you was a clip from the Grammys that just happened a couple of days ago. And Jay-Z called out the Grammys, saying that his wife, Beyonce, has won the most Grammys but never have received the Grammy or the award for Album of the Year. Okay? And all the Grammys is just a glorification of a bunch of wizards and witches getting together to, worship, false deities and false idols, okay? Because this award is given to whoever has the best song, or the best album of the year. And these songs and albums that they put out is casting spells amongst many people, okay? So these is nothing but awards for, best witches and best wizards that puts out the best, music for the consumer to consume, okay? Which is putting spells and casting spells on people through the vibration of their music, okay? Now this is Leviticus 19:4, and it says, "Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am Yahweh your power." Okay, and you see in this award ceremony that they hand out these little, trinkets or tokens with that music symbol on it. I guess it's supposed to be like a speaker that they give to the nominees who wins the awards. Those are just, idols, basically, that they hand over to, the best recording artists or the best, so on and so forth, whatever it may be, okay? But those are their idols, okay? So, you have the Grammys for the music, and then you have the Oscars for the movies, okay? And all these are working on the mass, putting them under a spell, all right? So this nation, this generation is just a sinful generation, okay? Because why? It idolizes these individuals that they put in front of you on TV, whether it's on TV or whether it's through music or whether it's through sports entertainment, okay? Because they prop these idols up for you to idolize them, all right? And right around the corner, you have what? The Super Bowl, okay? And how are they going to commemorate that? By what? Putting on stage a trophy for, these people, these football players to worship and to, fight over, okay? This is all in commemorations and, recognition of Rome, okay? All this stuff you see in here in Babylon the Great is a conglomerate of all these other nations, these other kingdoms rolled into one. So you seeing a lot of these, ceremonies being fashioned after, things that happened back in Rome, okay? You have the gladiators, the sports, the combats, where you're going to have, like I said, this upcoming weekend, which is Super Bowl weekend, where you're going to have the, battles of two teams, East versus West, fighting over a, trophy, okay? And then later on down the year, you have the NBA Finals. All this is in commemoration of, celebrating these deities, these idols, okay? Now, I forgot the name of the god of music or the god of wind that the Romans, worship, but I know in Egypt they had this statue. I believe it goes by the name of Ptah, and it looks exactly like the Oscars. Okay, so this place, which is Babylon the Great, which is just the land of confusion, is just a conglomerate of all these other kingdoms rolled into one. So what you seen put on presentation with these Grammys was just them, idolizing these witches and wizards for their craft, okay, and giving them idols, all right. And Jay-Z, he calls out the Grammy, and he's one of the top uh, wizards because his music is being known to put spells on top of individuals. That's why he's been able to last so long in the industry. Okay, along with him and Snoop, you have these individuals that's been in the industry for going on 20 plus years. Okay, and Beyonce is a high level witch as well. You can see in some of her music videos, how she conveys different, themes and messages to the mass that don't know what's going on, because that's what they do. They wink up with their eyes and they talk with their feet. They send different sign languages and stuff like that, where if you don't know, you can just be watching the video and not knowing that they are actually putting spells and casting spells over the mass, media or the mass consumer through the way of what? Airways through why? Through by what? The TV, the radio, social media. And now who else are they raising up under that, under that guideline, that banner? They're raising their daughter, okay? They are introducing her into the craft, okay? So now they are grooming her for, this witch warlock type of, vibration. So this says Leviticus 19:4. Turn you not into idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am Yahweh your power. Okay? And that's what you see throughout all this, entertainment. They all have something in common, that they all have trophies or statues that they put above to represent idols. Okay? So, like I said, the Grammys is this music award. The Oscar is the acting award. Then you have the sports entertainment world, where you have the Super Bowl. You have the NBA Finals. Then you have hockey, baseball. This place is none other than Babylon the Great. It's confusion, okay, and it's a place filled with idol worshiping, okay. This is nothing but a bunch of high level wizards and warlocks, where they glamorize them and they put them on pedals, and they have people idolizing them, okay. So this is let's go to 1 Samuel, showing you that music has a certain vibration, okay. This is 1 Samuel 16, and let's go to verse 23. Because Saul had an evil spirit on him, and David, played an instrument, and it took that spirit off of him, okay? So showing you that music carries a certain vibration, all right? So when these witches and warlocks, put out certain melodies and music and words that go along with that, they put spells on people who have no idea what's going on. Then you wonder why, people are out here doing, weird and absurd things, because they've harmonized a song and don't know exactly what they're saying, and they've put a spell on themselves through the music. Same way with acting, movies, and all type of stuff. This whole place is just wicked. Okay, so this is 1 Samuel 16, and let's start at 21. And it says, and David came to Saul and stood before him, and he loved him greatly, and he became his armor bearer. 22. And Saul sent to Jesse, saying, let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. Okay? So showing you that what? Music, wind has a vibration, okay? And it could put different types of spirits on you, depending on what you listen to, okay? And a lot of this music, it sounds, nice on the surface, but when you look and scratch underneath that surface, you find out that it's all, going back to some type of evil ritual, whether it's from the, you know, things that they put inside the music videos, or whether it's from the words that they say in the music videos that you don't know, but you think you vibing to it, and if you don't have any idea or clue what's going on, you're gonna fall prey to it, okay? And you're gonna be worshiping idols. That's what these people are set up to be. They're set up to be idols for you to idolize, to worship. Okay, so back to what Leviticus 19 said, what? Leviticus 19:4 says, turn you not into idols. So don't put these people, on a pedestal where you worship them, okay? Because they already have their idols who they worship, and, they get awards for them. And then for, them being, used appropriately, they get rewarded by what? Having the mass look up to them as idols, okay? Whether it's your sports entertainers, whether it's your music entertainers, whether it's your actors or actresses, these all of these are set up to be idols for the lower class, okay? And then, and in return, they get rewarded by, having these false idols, whether they be a Grammy, or whether they be an Oscar, or whether they be a Super Bowl trophy, or whether they be an NBA championship ring, or whatever. They all get compensated for, casting spells and keeping the mass at bay, okay? And keeping them dumbfounded, all right? So this is 1 Corinthians, and is it 12? And verse 2, it says, 1 Corinthians 12:2, and it says, ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Right? And some of us, we wanted to be in this industry coming up, because we didn't know any better. We were in that Gentile state of mind. We strived to be in this prestigious class where we thought that, having some type of notoriety means that we made it in this society. So we strive to be what? Actors and actresses and movie stars, and we strive to be entertainers, whether it was a music producer who produced the beats, those are the real wizards, or whether it was somebody who was rapping on top of a beat or singing on top of a beat, whether it's R&B, whether it's hip hop, we strive to be these type of things in this world because we didn't know any better, okay? Or whether it was in the sports world where we wanted to be an NBA player or a football player, okay? Because there's a lot of things that go on behind closed doors that these people are not telling you, all right? You just see it on TV and see the glamour, see them being glamorized, and you think that's the life, all right? You get the money, the cars, the girls, but no, there's a lot other things that go along with those things that you don't know, all right? And then they'll never tell you, okay? But if you don't have the, keen eye to see these things, you can fall right for it, okay? And, embed yourself into this, into this system, okay? Because you have a lot of people who lose their mind over these, sports venues, okay? Like Super Bowl Sunday, which is coming up. You're going to have a lot of people out there idolizing and worshiping and, rooting for their team. They're going to be really going all out, all right? And they don't know it, but that's idolizing, okay? And that's putting idols above the Most High, all right? So we're glad that we came out of that, and we're glad that the Most High kept us from that, okay? Because, you never know what road you would have went on if you would have made it that far, okay? You don't know how corrupt if you would have been, or if you would have been able to come back out of that. All right. So we thankful that the Most High kept us from that now that we see the truth. All right. So this is 1 Corinthians 12:2. It says, ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Right. All right, so we were led to believe that, but now that we are in the truth, we know the truth now. Okay, we see it. All right, and we can be more thankful for it now. All right, because you see these entertainers, they know about the truth, but what? They've been compromised. Okay, they've been so embedded into this doctrine, to be indoctrinated, that they can't really sustain and keep this truth for a long period of time. They'll come in and say they 2 cents, and then they'll last for a couple of moments, and then they'll be out of it. They'll be right back to being back into the world. Okay, chasing that bag. That's why they can't sustain, because why? They've been so accustomed to living in the world of this man's world, Esau Edom, that they've grown accustomed to the perks that he's given them. Okay, the notoriety, the idolizing, the worshiping. They love that. They love and crave that type of attention that they get from the mass. Okay, that why? They've been put on a pedestal. Okay, and then and return, they get what? They get these little trinkets, these little idols. Okay, these little awards. Okay, and the people go crazy for them. All right, so we're just thankful that we're not part of that. Part of that fraternity, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, because they're gonna have they're gonna have their day in the lake of fire. If they don't repent. Not saying that it's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. Because what does it say in St. Luke, the 18th chapter and the 25th verse? Excuse me. It says what? For it is easier for a camel to go through a needle's eye, which is a slither, a small slither in a door, than what? Than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of the Most High, because they grown accustomed to their riches. Okay, and in this kingdom, being part of the entertainment world, that's just like being a rich man, because you have all the riches, the notoriety, and it's hard for them to leave that. Okay, that's why it's easier for a camel, a big animal, to go through a slither of a door, a needle's eye, than for a rich man to the kingdom of the Most High. Because that rich man doesn't want to give up all his, worldly possessions that he's obtained here. Okay. So, Jay-Z calls out the Grammy, which is all just a big show for what? For them to show, that they've been idolized through the public, through the mass, and that they're getting awards, which them in themselves are worshiping and putting above, the Most High, because they don't believe in the Most High. So they take these awards, and they take it proudly. All right. And these are the awards that they receive, okay, for their, participation here in this kingdom, okay? And speaking of the high level entertainers, they've accustomed and, collected many of these awards, okay? They put them in, trophy cases, and, they do with them what they will, okay? But they're going to keep on, pushing whatever agenda and vibration that Esau Edom wants them to push, to keep the mass at bay and keep the mass dumbed down, all right? So, yeah. Let's get this, and then we're going to close out with 1 Peter, because Yahushua said it best. St. Matthew 16:4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. And this is what this generation is. It's wicked and it's adulterous, okay? Because the music that they perpetuate is not, anything that's, good for consuming, okay? It tells you what, speaking on, in particular, the rap portion of it, what? He just, he or she just, gotta watch my words, but just, had intercourse with your wife or with your husband, all right? And this is what they glorify, okay? And this is what they give awards for, okay? And if it's not at the Grammys, then it's going to be at the BET Awards, okay? So they have a certain, platform for different demographics, but they still give them rewards, and they're all in cahoots together, okay? So it's all tied in together. It's all intertwined in together. All this idol worshiping, and all this, witchcraft and wizardry is all intertwining together, okay? It comes under the label of Babylon, which is confusion, all right? And that's exactly what they meant to do. They meant to confuse the mass, the public, okay, and keep them dumbed down so they don't know what's going on. So it says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. And that's the thing. They want a sign, okay, but they're not going to get a sign. What are they going to get? Only thing they're going to get is what? And there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas, okay? And that's all they're going to get, okay? The only thing they're going to see is Yahweh shine. By that time, it's going to be too late. So, they're going to have their day. But for right now, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be keeping the, public dumbed down. And that's what they're doing. So, they're going to be too busy, tied up and investing all their time and energy into these awards that they don't know what's going on, behind closed doors. These elites are putting plays in motion right now. Okay, they're getting ready to crash the economy. They're getting ready to roll out the mark, okay? This place is getting ready to go down, but yet they putting these award shows up and having these people's dumbed down thinking that everything is all fine and dandy, okay? We just had the Grammys. Now we got the Super Bowl. Then you got the finals, the NBA finals. These people don't know what's going on, man. They ain't going to have a clue once this place crashed or what's going on. Because why? They've been so entrenched in this, idolized worship society that they've been, basically, had a veil covered over their eyes, okay? All the way up until the time where the word is going to be what? Removed from, off all these platforms and on the highways and hedges, okay? You ain't going to be able to find any truth because why? You took your time and you entrenched yourself in this society and you went after these idols, okay? So when you had the time to repent, you squandered it away because you were so much entrenched in this society under this man's rulership and for his perks that he gave you, whether it was entertainment, whether it was sports entertainment or acting or whatever, you entrenched yourself along with that, okay? And you got caught up with it. So you're not going to know what's going on once all hell breaks loose. So let's read that again. St. Matthew 16:4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. Right. So, that's pretty much it. And we're going to close out in 1 Peter 5:8, and we're going to take it from there. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8, and it reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right. And if he can keep you entertained and keep you away from the things that really matter, then he's going to keep putting these little, trinkets of, shows to keep you occupied and keep you busy so you have no clue of the real matter that's at hand, okay? The real things that he's really getting ready to, roll out with from the crisis on the borders, the immigration crisis that's going to lead to, complete chaos, to the economy, on the verge of, collapsing, to, the pestilence, there's all type of ways that he's going to get ready to implode this society, this economy. And meanwhile, the only thing you worry about is, what team is in the finals, or who's playing in the Super Bowl, or who won the best album of the year, or who got the best actor of the year and actresses of the year. Okay, you too embedded in this society after these idols. Okay, you worshiping these idols. Okay, and you not seeing the bigger picture. That's why he put these idols up in front of you so you can idolize them and worship them and be, tossed to and fro. Okay, so it's very imperative that you be sober and be vigilant in these last days to know what's going on. Because the devil, as a roaring lion, what does it say? He walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay, he's going to get a bunch of people that's going, have no clue of what's going on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end it on that. And with that being said, I pray someone was edified. And if it be the Lord's will, until the next time, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom.